I didn't get to do that one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wildly uninteresting podcast. Welcome to the show. This is Wildly Uninteresting podcast, episode 59, with Adam, Sarah, and Ian.
Hello.
Ian,
why am I last
Adam, and
this
Sarah.
time?
You're Dick.
Adam, Sarah, Ian, Sarah,
Dick's
Ian,
in the
Adam.
middle.
Dick's in the middle of the two valves.
Remember the name.
Will you give me a little volume
Little
overall?
volumes.
Dick's in the middle of a 2x4.
volumes.
You.
I'm down with.
No, welcome to the show, man. We talk about a lot of nothing. So if you're just trying to waste time, this is a perfect channel to watch. If you're on your way to work or, just lounging around.
Yeah,
with the
definitely
COVID
watch it.
Or
Pandemic
driving
stuff.
to the post office.
Any of that bull stuff.
Or if
Sound
you're
like
just
our-
a
Check us
soft
out.
girl.
Yeah, soft
what?
girl.
A soft girl.
Oh, it's
Little-
a chicken soft girl.
You could be a
Chicken
chicken
soft.
You could be a chicken soft girl too if you want.
I got
Yeah,
a chicken
man.
slider at White Castle last night. That was underwhelming. I
Ew.
didn't finish it.
It's a bad thing. I think with White Castles, the onions leave that terrible taste in your mouth for
So worth it.
for hours after.
Yeah,
You'll
that's the
burp
whole
it.
reason to go.
Ugh.
I didn't even like onions, and I was like, all right, let me get that.
Yes.
'Cause that's
I
what's
extremely enjoyed it back when
Extremely enjoyed it.
extremely enjoyment when I was I go out and drink or party, and that was the greatest thing to eat afterwards.
Yeah.
But I have not enjoyed it for a very long time.
Well, I went last night because it was all that was open.
Oh.
Like, literally.
I used to go when I got off
Literally.
work at UPS all the time because it was right there, and God bless, it was so good. I would look forward to getting off work so I could
Get
eat.
these little
I
sliders.
get the doubles with extra pickles, but on the side, so I could eat them separately because they either didn't put extra pickle on it or they would it was a fucking pickle burger. I mean, there's no in
Yes,
between.
dude.
So give
Pickle
me that
burger.
shit.
I still like to call them White Castles when I order them, though. Or
Yeah.
like a burger or something. Because a slider, it just sounds disgusting.
It does sound really nasty.
No, I think the quickness of it and the small, it's very enticing, but that shit is terrible. You
will
all are
say,
out of your mind.
I don't like bringing it in the house because then the house just smells like fucking farts
It
for a week.
stays in the fabric.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just
In your
I just
shirt.
stayed in my car and ate it.
Oh,
It was raining.
Yeah.
Oh,
even worse, dude.
dude.
It just sticks around.
But as soon as the dude handed me the shit in the drive-thru, the car behind me honked. It took me by such surprise. I didn't even have a response. I just drove.
Yeah, like,
hate
okay,
when
that's
people-
what I was. I'm doing this because I was going to,
Yeah,
not
this
because
is-
you
this
told
had
me
nothing to do with you, cocksucker.
I don't understand the whole honk. I get it when if you're sitting there and it's 20 seconds have gone by and you haven't gone. I get that, right?
Yeah.
But I was at a light the other day, and it just changed. I was watching it change, and the guy honked immediately, and I'm like, I had no time to think.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
Like,
that
it
guy was
hasn't-
the Flash.
Yeah, it hasn't processed yet. Fucking give me a
I
minute.
can't stand that. I have a hard time honking at people or getting mad because you don't know what that other person is about,
I
right?
don't give a fuck what they're about. Get out of my way.
That's exactly why you're gonna get shot in the face.
Great.
one day.
One day, as soon as they pop out with a bat or a gun and just screw your whole day
I
up.
had a guy
Hold
pop out with a bat one time. I just
What?
ran him over.
I'm just gonna run you
I
over.
made that up.
I
didn't.
know you did.
It would have been a cool
You
story.
might
yeah.
be a
That'd been
dumbass, but
pretty
you're
great.
not retarded.
Oh, no, I definitely run a motherfucker over. Come at me with a bat.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to at that point,
I would
right?
hope they'd move.
It's encouraged.
Well, Kentucky's a no-fault state, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's no one's
It was.
fault.
Oh,
your
man, on the
fault.
way here, the cops had somebody pulled over. And it sucks that they're getting back to that.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we were talking about this the other day. I don't know where you ever heard that they were not pulling people over.
The news.
I don't think that was an accurate thing.
It was either WHAS or WLKY.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, it was awesome because, I was rocking 100 all the time.
I know that's what we were talking about is
then-
how they would at some point there's going to be a line where they're like, okay, we have to pull
Oh,
this person
absolutely.
over.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, I saw this one cop following this dude. He was doing 80 something and a 55. And I thought, all right, if anybody's going to get got, it's going to be this guy. He didn't get got. He just rode behind him.
Oh yeah.
But, it got me thinking that James Bond has a license to kill.
Okay.
I was thinking NASCAR drivers should have like a license to fly. Because if they have that kind of precision at 200 miles an hour, I don't give a fuck what they're doing on the road.
They can do whatever they want.
Just freebies. Yeah.
I used to drive again to UPS. Funny. And I would be late as shit, and I'd be rocking 90, 95, and I'd have cops follow me. They'd pass me. I got pulled over.
I love it when they do that.
I got pulled over one time, and I had gotten off the highway and onto the little like back road that leads to UPS, and got pulled over there, which makes sense. I was going like 10 over the speed limit, and I got a ticket. That was some bullshit.
The interstate's one thing, but you're on a road now, bro.
I think even the Audubon has a speed limit now. Doesn't it?
No.
I think so.
No.
I think they recently
can't.
they have.
That's against the law.
I think it's a true statement, man. Man, don't push me. No,
Sorry. I don't know.
that's when you know the world is not free anymore, when they put a speed limit on.
Yeah,
on the
when they tell
highway.
you can't smother people.
Yeah. What kind of world do we live in,
It's a
man?
bitch world.
Oh,
Except at construction sites, the general speed limits where they apply are usually between 62 miles an hour and 81. So it's actually kilometers, so 100 kilometers per hour and 130.
yeah. See,
I don't know
See,
the
man?
translation rate.
I just told you 100 kilometers
okay.
is 62 and
Oh, okay.
130 kilometers is 81.
I didn't catch that either,
Yeah.
though. I'll be
Right.
honest. I didn't catch
Thanks,
it either.
man.
I was like, kilometers?
I said it's between 62 and 81.
Damn.
And then I said kilometers.
Wait,
is
on the
100.
Audubon?
Yeah, dude. I told you.
No.
It didn't
Yep.
used to be that. It didn't used to
When
be
the
that
fuck
way.
did that change? Because I know like David Letterman and like Bill Maher both talked about.
You know, yeah.
I'm rocking like 160 and getting past.
Yeah.
Sign suggesting a recommended speed limit
Oh, it's
of
just recommended.
130
It's
or
like
80
wink,
miles.
wink. You could if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Or
But if you
post.
don't
But feel
like
free to not.
Yo, I've gone in a car like 150, 120, 150, somewhere around there. And it was like 0 to 120, whatever, on a highway. And how fast things come, like, you reach things, what you're, like, used to is, like, reaching something at 55 miles an hour on the highway. And it's okay because everybody, you know, it's just general. Everybody's going pretty much the same speed, so it's like standing still. But But I've seen, you know, going 120, 150, things reach you so much faster. It's so hard to correct when you're, you know what I mean? Like, how
Did
can
you
you
have to
correct that?
correct? Is this like
No.
a personal thing?
No, it baffled me because I was in the passenger seat when the dude was doing it. And I was young, so I was like, yeah. And now that I think about it, I'm like, God, things were just like reaching us so quick. And I'm like, how do you process, what if somebody pulls that in front of you? Like, you're done for.
But then you just hit them really hard.
It was their fault.
And
They shouldn't have.
everybody dies.
Yeah. Except the driver who gets to just watch you die slowly. Always a pleasure.
So,
You definitely all die.
did you hear that Tekashi
not.
6ix9ine is out now?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's out and on Instagram. And,
God.
He's
And
on Instagram.
and people are white. Yo,
He's like, I can't wait to get
so
out of jail.
I watched like a little segment of that dude, and you know, he was going through and telling his side of the story, and that they were screwing his baby mama, and it's their fault that he ratted.
Not giving
and
her money properly or like banging her?
banging her. Yeah, the whole crew was doing that, but I don't think they were
It
together.
ain't no fun if your boy
and all
can't
that
have
shit.
none.
Yeah. So but he was like, you know, that's the reason I read it and stuff. But people would baffle me. These people in the comments. This is how you know we're screwed. The people in the comments were like, "Don't worry, cuzzo, you're the goat, and you're fire, and that the new album you're about to make is gonna be fire." Like, they're jacked that he's out and that he's a rat.
Well, I mean, to
How's
be
this
fair,
possible?
I got behind Boosie, and I don't give a fuck about his music, but it was like, free Boosie! So, I mean...
But did he
like,
rat
yeah,
though?
Tekashi. Yeah.
No,
Didn't he?
I don't know. Shit, you got me.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That seems unlikely.
Oh, come on. Everybody raps.
There's a video out there. Rat.
Not rap. We know Lil Boosie rapped because he's a rapper.
All right. Well, he definitely didn't rat. Sorry about that one.
Didn't he though? Didn't he though?
I don't know.
Why did this just happen? We're talking
That's
about
awesome.
ratting.
I really wish I was drunk right now.
You can be. Hey, we got this wine that has been aging in the refrigerator forever. You want
Yes,
me to
bring
like,
some
pop
to
it
me,
open?
please.
You want
Yes,
some? You want the whole
yes.
bottle, white or red?
White, please.
White, cuz. But no,
Shit.
there was a video out.
I don't belong on the street.
There was a video out talking about how he should be president because everything he's done, pretty much every president has done and shit. It was funny the correlation between the two. I was like, yeah,
And so
people would vote too.
he very well could be. Okay.
Look at
Y'all right there? He very well could be the president if he were a wealthy white man. He definitely could be. But the fact
Yeah.
that he's, well, I assume semi-wealthy African-American man, that he probably won't be.
No.
Because he's got a felony. But all the white
If you're going to
rich
be a
men,
black dude and get in office, you got to either be rich as fuck or like it's just your time and you're destined.
yeah. You're destined.
What is it? I noticed today that Trump is all like, Obamagate again. He said the same thing like 3 or 4 days ago.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's just getting sad. Mm-hmm. I've been talking shit to him lately.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm fucking over him. He's just
There's
ridiculous.
this picture of like, there's like a rib cage or some shit like on the ground, and there's this bald eagle standing between these two trees, like looking over it majestically, and there's this possum yelling at the eagle. So I posted that whenever Trump was all like Obamagate like the first time.
Yeah.
And that
my
picture's so
God.
funny.
I feel like he either has terrible, like, untreated mental health issues, or, well, I guess there could be a couple different possibilities.
Let's just leave it at 2.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Or,
say-
oh no, let's do 3. I think maybe possibly he's up to something, and so he's saying this shit to get people to talk
Yeah.
about how big of an idiot he is, so they won't pay attention to what he's actually doing. That's my other.
I'd probably do that too.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
It's not that good of a
Though,
move.
you know, you would think with C-SPAN around and C-SPAN 2 and like Ocho or whatever it goes to, that there'd be less crooked political shit going on.
You would think.
Because, I mean, it's like their whole job is on TV. But it's so boring that no one cares.
No one cares. I think part of it is just that just because it's on TV
I can't
doesn't
hear you now.
Shut up. Doesn't mean anything. They're essentially just reporting on stuff, and that's it. I'm gonna push this so it doesn't go away.
Man, now that I'm
You
the
had to
only...
have fucking wine.
I'm the only man at the mic, and it feels good. I'd like to say what up to all my hoes out there.
You couldn't get wine
And
before
harem.
we started the whole thing.
I didn't know I wanted it. How did I know I was going to fuck up so terribly?
And clearly, he can't find either
I
the
know.
cork remover. It's in the. I'll get it.
Oh, no.
I already pushed it.
Hey, welcome back, baby.
No, because there's a thing.
Look, so I was trying to heat it up, and then I put a screw like through it, but I couldn't find a screwdriver to get down, and I was gonna pull it out. I screwed it all up, but it's cold.
Here.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
baby.
God.
We're getting wild.
You're a beautiful man.
I got you
So don't,
covered,
like,
cuz.
spill
Thanks,
my
man.
shit.
Look at it. No, man, but where were y'all at? Where were y'all at this hour?
Oh,
that
I don't
took?
even know.
Oh, we're talking about.
Without you, it's meaningless. Just talk about whatever you want.
We're talking about politicians and how they continue to just be essentially so sketchy when there's
Cork
so many
soakers.
C-SPANs and. But it's like they don't care that they're on television, and C-SPAN and all the news stations don't care. They're like, we're just reporting on shit and whatever.
They don't even care if it's good news. It's good news. Who cares,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and,
They like them to be outrageous.
Bad news is good business.
and like he
Oh.
said, C-SPAN is so boring, nobody
Thanks, buddy.
watches the shit.
Tell me how it is, because the dude like gifted it to me after a job, and he was like, "Try my wine," so it could taste like balls.
That's okay.
It's nothing special.
It tastes like actually like noticeably appley.
Apple
Is it
It
appley?
might be. I
Maybe,
don't know.
man.
God, it's
I don't
been
know.
so long at this point since we got it. Who knows?
It's not
see that.
aged. It's just
Old.
expired.
Yeah, it's probably 2 years old at this
Things
point.
floating in it.
The glass bottle's breaking down.
Well, I guess while I'm here, I better give it a, because the dude like gifted it to me, right?
Yeah,
Do you
man.
want a glass?
No, I'm good, but thanks.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's fucking strong.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
give it a
say.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give it a shot. That's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna. Good luck.
I finished off my bottle of Remy last night. That
Christ
wasn't fun.
Almighty,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, that is. He wasn't playing. Okay, that old man was not playing. Plus,
God.
he was like an old army vet and stuff, and it didn't. I was like, army vet making wine.
This shit tastes like liquor.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
an old
straight.
army man.
He made that like
I
you
made
ever
this
heard
in
the
army.
beer that's like 12%?
Yes.
Oh, it's almost like they poured whiskey in the beer. It was like, this is beer. No, it's not. It's whiskey.
This is beer.
They poured a
I'm just
little
gonna
bit of
repeat
beer.
everything funny that you say for the rest of my life. It's like I've tried to get in the habit. Like I've noticed whenever I rewatch our stuff,
Yeah.
sometimes like you'll say something that I don't really catch as being funny in the moment, and it pisses me off later.
Yeah.
And so yeah, now I'm trying to be more aware. But instead of being aware, I'm just your fanboy.
I like it, though.
You gotta get a notebook and start writing everything down.
There's a lot of
Yes.
times, dude, that I notice when we go back and watch them that you all be saying some stuff that is just like top of the line, but I'm so busy like messing with this and watching that I don't catch it until the pipe. And then,
Yeah.
like the one we put on the button, dude, I didn't even know it. I was just like messing with the computer, like, and then I'll go back and that shit made me laugh for hours. It was
Jimmy
awesome.
Chonga, bitch.
Chimichanga. No, man. But that Tekashi 69 being out of prison, like, I don't know. Bringing any attention to it sucks dick. I don't think the dude should be talked about or walking.
Well, and he quote unquote ratted because everybody was fucking his girl. Like maybe
and
he
like
should
screwing him
have
over.
done something about it
Yeah.
instead of being a bitch.
Don't be a rat just because your girl belongs to the streets.
Yeah, dude. Maybe
see,
get a
they
better
said-
girl.
I don't think that the two gangs, because he was kind of like Crips and Bloods for some odd reason. I don't think, in my opinion,
Well, I mean, it's like going to church and hailing Satan, you know?
yeah. Oh, why not? Right? You got to
Yeah.
cover your bases. But
Just
I
in
think
case.
that what it comes down to is like, that's their fault. Yo, you let a dude that like, if you ever watch his stuff before all the tattoos on, he was a bitch then. And you let him into your organization, like knowing that he was some punk. But he was gonna,
Organization.
yeah, he's going to bring in
He
money.
looks like a clown.
I swear, dude.
He's ridiculous.
His hair, though,
His
kind of.
music.
It reminded me
clown
that
music.
on my way
Clown
here,
music.
I had my red sunglasses on, and I saw a rainbow. And then I took my sunglasses off, and I didn't see a rainbow.
Shut up.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you took him off.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then eventually, like, around, like, the last turn, I took them off, and I could see the rainbow, like, properly then.
Yeah.
But
Was
yeah,
it because your eyes
it was
didn't
fucking
adjust?
weird.
Or they were at
No,
a
it was like
different
the-
temperature?
I guess the angle I was at and like the distance,
Ah.
like the rainbow, it was just so dull and like dim and shit.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was
That's
fucking
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Crazy.
The glasses let you see things.
Yeah. And then it made me think of They Live, because you know.
I don't think I know what They Live is.
I mean, it's got Roddy Piper in it. It's a John
Oh, that's all
Carpenter
you
movie.
gotta
Yeah.
say. Yeah, I'm down with that.
That's all it needs.
That's all you gotta say. Roddy Piper.
Fuck yeah.
But
Rowdy.
hey, did we tell? Did we tell you that we the other weekend, man, we went hard and we did 2 episodes of that new show that we're gonna try to do, the Bed Talk. Did I tell you
Yes, but I didn't see anything from this.
No,
We're gonna
we're
let
waiting.
them build up a little bit,
Okay,
and
cool.
then
Because the first 2 are like
Get
first.
a backlog.
yeah.
Actually, like the first few are always gonna be crap. The first things that you do are always just crap.
Well,
They
in the
just
first
erase it.
one, we already have to refilm because we didn't use the phone to record the audio. We just used the microphone. And
didn't
the
really care
second
for
one, we did the phone to record the audio. So we're going to redo the first one using the phone. And yeah.
It's weird, man. There's a lot that goes into like filming that you wouldn't recognize until you go to do it, and then you're like, my filming's crap compared to like other people who can do cinematic things with, say, that camera.
Yeah.
And then I go to do that with it, and it looks like some home video that your dad shot back in the day.
Yeah.
At the
I would
zoo.
imagine it's probably because you're not filling the screen with interesting things.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I get
Close-ups
better
and
with
shit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. As I notice that, like, whenever I'm filming things, I'm like, ooh, this looks like what I'm seeing. But then I watched the video. I'm like, well, this is fucking
Yes,
stupid.
it's
This
dumb.
doesn't look like a movie at all.
I swear, every time then I would like try to get different angles and shit, and I go back and watch them like, well, what was I getting at here? Like, I need to know what I was thinking.
It just goes to show, though, that it's an art behind cinematography.
Oh, yeah.
And it blows my mind that people have a brain for that.
Right.
That they're like, I am an expert at this. I can't do it. This is me.
This is what I do. Everything's vertical.
Everything's vertical.
Oh,
Yo,
Fucking hate vertical video.
by
Those
the
people
way-
need to die.
Shout out to Sleepy.
What
Yeah,
up?
Sleepy boy,
Sleepy.
what up?
Cheap.
Sleepy Lee, Piggy
Hey,
Lee,
why are we-
Piggy Sleepy Lee.
Why are we shouting out to him though?
He's got, I think he's on his 12th song.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
have to have him back on when he's done with the thing, but I think he's on his 12th, man.
Hell yeah.
He has a song out there. If you can find Sleepy 76 or Sleepy Lee on SoundCloud, check out My Zone. If you're listeners and you haven't checked out My Zone, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, we
I like
might
it.
put a link down somewhere.
Yeah, we might even
Maybe
play it
not,
on the
I don't know.
podcast. Why not? Huh? But we need to have him back for a second time, man. If he,
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah,
Comes
Sleepy,
back
give
with
us
the
a
end of it.
call.
I'm glad that he stuck with it, man. Like he gave it hell. He's on his 12th one. A lot of people don't have commitment like that. Like it took us forever to come up with like 2 episodes, and we got to redo a first one, you know. But I feel like there's just so much going on that I mean, I get home, dude, I just want to sleep,
Dude.
I just want to go to sleep. But
Today.
Yesterday, I only got out of bed to go to White Castle.
Yeah.
It was
ain't
so
those
good.
days so good,
I
dude?
loved
What is it about the day where you get to like just lay in bed? You don't have no worries, no nothing. You don't have to go nowhere. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It's a perfect day.
Because they never fucking happen.
I know,
Today,
barely ever.
he had a job at 9 just to look at so he could give an estimate. And then he came home. We went to sleep and slept until 5. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I do, man. It seems like we put so much effort in during like the week, and even our weekends are booked up with quotes and shit. That I feel bad because I feel like I'm like sleeping because the whole goal when starting the company was like, let's spend more time together, which we do because she's at home stuff, but it's consumed when you do a good job for people and they want you to it's just like, damn, dude, it makes you not want to be that, like, let me do some shitty work so
I
people
hate
don't call
being
me.
successful and talented.
It's rough, dude. It's tiresome. But hiring somebody would be a bad idea because
Yeah,
then you gotta
fuck that.
spend
You gotta pay
money
that
on them.
son of a bitch. Unless you hire an elephant. Pay him
Too
peanuts.
bad. Slavery is
Yeah.
abolished.
Too bad.
White slavery,
White slavery.
not black slavery.
Hey, did you
So
guys see
different.
those black dudes marching around the neighborhood where that jogger guy got shot?
No, I didn't
Oh,
get to see
yeah.
it. Really?
Like AKs, they had like automatic rifles and shit. They're like,
Jesus.
you want to shoot a motherfucker?
Oh
shoot
man, that's not the
That's
way
awesome.
to go, dude.
No, it was
Jesus.
great.
It was
Calm
awesome.
down, yeah.
That's badass.
There's a picture. There were like three people just like walking with their guns, and in the background there's like a white dude cutting his grass. And it's like, this is how you mind your own business.
Hey, well, good for them though because they're not out there like popping shots off. They're just
Right.
like, hey, if you want to come shoot us,
Yeah.
we got you too.
See, those two dudes got arrested.
Yeah, that's what
Sounds pleasant.
I told Sarah. It's like it's a beautiful day, man. They finally arrested them, but it would have never happened without the support of everybody like getting on them.
know.
You know what I mean?
That's so fucked up.
Is that
good that
like,
we
is
have
that
crowd support.
true? Like, were they really just not going to arrest them? They weren't
Yeah, see,
investigating.
Yeah.
So
I don't give a
Arkansas,
shit.
it's Arkansas, right? They have this law that's it's like protecting
you're black,
your
it
own.
doesn't matter?
No.
white,
Protecting
it's
your
all
own. So if I feel like you did a crime to me, I have a right to confront you about it, right? And if that escalates and then you were causing bodily harm, I can use deadly force to apprehend you.
How do they prove that?
Well, they couldn't prove shit because it was on video
Well,
that they just
Yeah, if there hadn't been video, it would have been just a matter of there are
Proof-
two of
yeah.
us and there's a dead black dude.
Yeah.
without that video, yeah,
Nothing
it
would
wouldn't
have
have went this
happened.
way. No, it
Well-
would just have been another story.
Why is that a law? Like, why
I don't know
is
exactly
that the way?
I don't know the specifics, but I think that's pretty much the general.
Well, people
Feel
consider Louisville to be little San Francisco, and I think Arkansas is just little Florida.
We were talking about Florida with all this COVID stuff coming out, which they projected by October and shit, there'd be like 500,000 deaths or something. It's gonna like rise like crazy because nobody's taking it serious. They're like, they're like open.
Yeah, because people are fucking protesting about the fact that they have to stay inside.
Right.
Well, I
Really?
went to Walgreens, before coming here, and they had the little sign that said mandatory mask, and I just walked in without one. I don't give a shit.
Yes. Well, and if it's mandatory and you're the only one not wearing one, that means you're the only one at risk. So, fine. I'm putting myself at risk and nobody else.
Well, and that's cool and everything. Like, we're not taking it serious, but we were watching something today, and it was like unprecedented. How do you say it?
Unprecedented.
Yeah, times, which we had to look up the definition for to make sure we were right. Unprecedented means never known before. But haven't we had, a shitload of like black plague?
We have not.
No,
Well, and
but
that's what
But
I
we
was,
have.
yeah, the world in general.
But that's what I was saying though. Like, then technically you can't use that word because
You could have used it in the
essentially
very beginning.
Everything.
There's a
is-
fucking precedent.
Yeah. I don't know. Definitions of shit change. But
Because like if a law, like there's no precedent set,
Yeah.
but there could be a precedent that was set like in the 1800s.
right.
Yeah, that's when it was precedent, but not now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Either way, I don't like the word. Let's
No.
not use it.
I like it. It makes me happy.
I think they use words like that to like catch your attention for bullshit
Tort.
ads. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Hell yes.
Bullshit ads.
Bullshit.
But no, man.
One more time, say it.
Bullshit ads. Bullshit.
We need a button.
Button.
Bullshit.
No, that but I can see it like how people aren't taking it serious because it just didn't affect everybody the same way, right? I don't know anybody personally died and all that shit. I don't know where there was a portion of that story that was supposed to go somewhere as to why I was telling you.
Oh, we were
that.
talking about Florida.
Oh,
Low
you
rider.
see, okay. Florida really never stopped business. They were just like business as usual because it's Florida and they don't give a shit about nothing.
Right.
But I was watching this news story about Nashville, right? And people were getting on like the camera being interviewed and were like, I don't care about no pandemic. I want to go drink a beer and listen to music. That's all I want to do.
Good Lord.
And it not just like one, they interviewed like 10 people and they were like, we just can't wait until it opens up so we can go get beer and hang out and be with people.
You see, I feel them. Because
Yeah.
I went out the other day. I was like, all right, I'm going to get some sushi. So I took it down to the river on the Indiana side and I ate it. That was nice. And I was on my way back and I realized that bar on the side that used to be like the levee, you know,
Yeah.
they were open.
Ooh.
Oh.
I went in.
Hell yeah.
Oh, were you
But
Jack?
like they wouldn't serve people like at the actual bar. You go in, you sit at a table, and they come over like they're waiters.
Oh, that's
So
a
yeah,
good
good
idea.
So I'm gonna
idea.
get
Yeah.
some Jack and a Guinness, and I
Was
was
there
just
live
so
music?
happy. Nah, they had the jukebox going.
Okay.
There were plenty of people there. I mean,
that's
it wasn't like you know.
Underarm.
But, yeah.
They in Nashville, a lot of them aren't opening up because they're like, without our live music, we'll wait until we can have live music because
Nashville,
without it,
would be fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there and there aren't like a million people?
Never.
maybe
Never.
maybe
Don't
never.
search, Adam. Never.
It's
Even though
always
you're in the middle of the
insane.
day
Yeah.
on a Tuesday.
It's always nuts. Even
For-
people walking down the street, they're packed.
Oh yeah. Remember that time I was messed up on mushrooms and yeah. I mean,
Allegedly.
that's what screwed me up when that had so many people going by and then that dude was painted silver and I was like, what is going on with life?
Yeah.
You know?
That'll fuck somebody up. Why is he silver?
And why is he blowing that whistle so loud? I hated that, man.
Or why is that statue moving?
But they
That too.
Yeah.
but that's the thing that they were like, without live music, like what are we? So, this is Nashville. So they wouldn't open their doors. They were like, until it can go back to normal. But then you think about all the workers and employees that, because they make a killing down there, not
Yeah.
like up here. They make a killing. Imagine they better save some money or something. I don't know.
You remember that bartender down there that she got mad at you? He tipped her $1 a drink. He got like 8 drinks or something. She got mad because he
Yeah.
didn't give her more. She
Fuck
like
her.
scoffed
$8.
at it.
She popped the tops on 8 beers, bro.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
not
took
like
her
she
8.
did something.
I gave you $8 for 6 seconds of your time. 8 seconds. We'll say a second
Make me
per
a
beer.
mixed drink and pull your titties out.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk.
Then we're going somewhere.
Yeah, she got real upset about. Well, not real upset. That's an exaggeration.
Yeah,
but she
but-
definitely scoffed.
Bitch
at
was
a tip.
livid.
Should have taken it back from her. That shit pissed me off.
Oh,
Like,
no.
Hey, let me
fuck
get half
this
that
bitch.
back.
Yeah, because you're a bitch.
I've found in my life being grateful for whatever, like even if somebody gives you $1, or if they don't gift you nothing, but like a nice, you did well, or you did very good
A
work.
bit of wisdom.
Yeah, that's worth more money to me than you giving me money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I know I'm doing something right is better than you giving me like a few bucks.
See, you're the opposite of that bitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're both idiots because I'll take money any day. But I like your spirit.
Any money. But no, it's like when we started the company, I told her, I was like, I don't want to do it for the money because that's why I hated every job that I was at because I wasn't making $1 extra or whatever. And I feel like every job I go to, right? If I go and I spend like 2 hours troubleshooting something that I've never seen before, and then I don't ask for payment, I'm like, no, it's free. We'll give you a quote to fix it. That's worth more to me than getting like $80 or $120 for the time because you learn, like I learned something that I
Yes,
didn't
that
see
makes sense.
before.
It's like a free class.
Yeah.
Right. But you're like in-field training and you can't get that, for free anywhere.
We had talked about when we very first started, because of course we were slow. Him trying
Oh,
to find
yeah.
a company that would let him go and work
For free.
for free, so he could just continue to get different experience. So
Nope.
he didn't. No, he couldn't find anyone.
Nope.
Yeah.
No one would do it.
They were like, well, we don't feel comfortable with that because they were thinking like I'd steal
Like you're gonna-
customers
yeah.
from them.
I
and
spit
stuff.
on your apprenticeship.
Yeah. I was like, get out of here, dude.
Like,
Like,
bitch, I'm a master electrician.
I do it for free. For free.
Like, I just
So
couldn't
now,
get over
now
it.
I'm going to steal your customers vengefully.
You know
Stand
that
outside of their building and just pass out flyers for our company.
Hey, everybody, I'm customer stealing Adam. Let me
That
do your
goes-
electric.
that goes back to something that we had talked about before. That like, okay, so say I put something a Facebook Marketplace, right, and I put free on it, right? You'll get no comments for the free thing, but if you put it on there for like $10, $20, you're more likely to get a response for putting a dollar amount on it than you are for free because people don't want free. It has to
We,
be full of bed bugs or something.
We got rid of our bed bugs.
Bed bugs.
We got rid of our mattress when we got that new one, and we put the mattress, the box spring, and we had just like the basic, what the hell does it sit on?
Frame.
We put it online for free, and I had multiple people ask, is all of that for free? Is it? No.
I couldn't believe that all of it.
Yeah,
was for
they
free.
could not get over
Take
it.
the mattress for free if you buy the frame for $50.
But that's it baffles me, man. People, if you put a price on it, they're more apt to go looking for it than if you put free on it. They're like, oh, there's nothing good in the free section.
I mean, if there's a thing on there like free hand jobs, you're like, whoa. She's probably got something weird. But it's like $20 hand job. You're like, well, that's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
What's she got on her hand?
I don't know. Like fucked up.
You can have
AIDS?
it. I would say,
Fucked
yeah,
up
you could have
hand
COVID-19 on your hand.
Yeah. You don't know
Literally.
what's on there.
It's going to get in your urethra and it's going to spread to your body and your lungs are going to shit out.
Shit out.
I just realized I had a dream the other night where I could put my own dick in my ass.
Oh, man. Aren't those awesome? That's an
I was
awesome dream.
wondering what that face was. Like, what did I just say that was offensive?
It hit me. I was like, I remembered doing that, but I was convinced it was reality. And then
Real,
it just clicked.
yeah.
I was like, wait, I can't do that.
Yeah. Tell me you didn't wake up and was like, can I though?
Like, just excuse me for a minute.
Excuse
I
me.
gotta go to the bathroom.
What about the dreams where you?
I sleep alone in my room. Who am I excusing myself
Oh, I was saying
from?
here,
cat.
like right now.
All right.
Yeah.
The cat.
The cat, the needy
Cat, get
ass
away
cat.
from me. Quit licking your balls.
What about the dream where you can suck your own dick? I've had that a million times.
I can still do that, though.
I've had that dream
That's
before.
right. Like I'm over here like, can he though? Because every guy is like, I'm pretty sure any dude would do it. You're not a dick
Yeah.
sucker, right? I mean, if anybody could do it themselves, cats do it to
If
themselves.
it's your own penis,
Yeah, it's your
I
own.
see no problem in it.
There's no problem.
But I mean, can you really not get someone to suck your dick?
I don't know.
It's not as easy as it once was.
No.
Girls aren't
Empowered
hoes
women.
anymore.
All the hoes just got themselves a husband. All the honest chicks are still just... I don't know what they're doing.
They're not sucking dick, though,
they're
so who
certainly not
cares?
sucking dick.
I think in this climate, women would be more apt to suck a dick because more women and more kids in general. When I say kids over 18, watch more like pornography,
Children.
and they base sex off that because the parents aren't telling them like, hey, it's about making love. It's about respecting your partner and all that.
Nobody's ever all like, watch me and your father.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
They're just like going around pal driving girls, and girls are thinking like they have to take 2 dicks instead of 1. And it's just a weird time. I feel like they learn more of the internet stuff that's all fake and false reality. And then in reality, it's like, just you and some dude and you're mashing parts.
Mashing. Just banging them against
Banging
each other.
them again.
Yeah.
So weird, dude.
I just wrote, Ian had dreams about putting his penis in his butt. Yay.
Yeah.
Penis.
It's more scientific that way.
Yes.
I watched this whole episode of this show that I like to watch on YouTube, and it was about Facebook stealing views from like YouTube. So you go pull a video from YouTube, you upload it into Facebook, it gets like 7 million views. Well, that counts to you. There's a whole big thing behind it. But anyways, it was talking about like YouTube thief, like people who steal the videos to get views and then funnel into their content. Right. And there's a guy that I follow, Tyrese Gibson. Like immediately.
There's a guy that I follow, like you don't know who Tyrese is.
I know, is it the actual Tyrese?
Yeah. Oh, my fault. But
it's not like it's our neighbor, it's Tyrese.
He was like number 1 on the list for like video thief. And I felt so bad. I deleted him from Instagram because I was like, what a fucking dickhead, dude. Like, he can't come up with it. Your music sucks. Your movies are really good, but your music sucks. And now you got to steal people's shit.
This guy I follow.
It's like
whatever, dude. I'm on his level.
It's like
so
on,
I see him.
Gilmore Girls. Whenever like Luke is talking about Kiefer Sutherland, he's like, "Oh yeah, invite my friend Kiefer."
Yes,
oh yeah.
Did you guys see they've like season 2 is official?
What?
It's either gonna air like late 2021 or early
Shut
2022.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, I
They're
hope
gonna
the
make a
world
killing,
doesn't
dude.
end by then, or like there's no more electricity. But even if there's not, he'll find a way. So I can
They'll
watch
just travel it around as a vaudeville show. That'd be cool.
Right?
I'll watch that.
We
Gilmore
do that.
Girls vaudeville.
Vaudeville. We have the batteries that power these things, and he's always trying to, not trying to, but successfully doing it, put them together to like power something else. And he's like, look, like we could totally be fine.
Look what I can do.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Power and stuff with the
This thing
batteries.
isn't even supposed to light up, but it does now.
I'm telling you, I'm going to find a way to charge a battery with atmospheric energy, electricity, and then I'm going to find a way to run everything in the house off those little 18650s, those batteries.
Yeah.
Imagine that, which they already have. Like Tesla has a power wall, and that's all it is like
bunch of
thousands of little batteries, and then a small charger on top of it. But I want to find there's a way, right? And then that's the day when they're gonna be like, Atom is the new Tesla,
Here's an 18650 for you.
Hey, okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was like, that's not what I'm picturing at all.
No,
Yeah.
18650.
You can 4 of those can run a TV for like 30 minutes, for real.
Hell yeah, then you just have to
crazy.
recharge them, which it takes forever to recharge. Not forever, but...
But if you get like 50 of them, you get a rotation going.
Absolutely.
You can watch TV for a day.
What's your
For sure.
What's your thoughts on the matter? I watch a lot of these people that talk about like the end of the world is inevitable. I mean, it is, but very soon because of the way we've treated the planet and all that. Do you think that we should make huge changes and try to reverse something that, even if we try to reverse it now, it's still going to come a time where it's like pretty much uninhabitable, right? Do you think we should just be like, screw it and just live the way we want to live? Or do you think that we should make these massive changes in life and adjust our lives completely different than what it is right now and, try to prolong the future? I don't care because I don't have kids.
Well, I mean, realistically, the obvious answer is yeah, let's fix it.
Yeah.
But mobilizing the entire population to do something good is like trying to get a cow to milk itself,
Right.
let's say.
Okay.
And no, so fuck it. Let's just embrace the end and ruin everything.
What if
Good
they come
Lord,
out with another pandemic?
Embrace the end and ruin everything.
'Cause at this point, I mean, the damage, it can be undone to an extent. Damage. But not significantly. No one wants that shit but you, dude.
Drink this swill.
Stuff will make grow hair on your nutsack.
Somewhere,
It's about
everywhere.
time.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But no, there's enough damage that's been done already that it's not going to fix. So
They say.
do
It's probably not
you-
going to.
I mean, if you were to, everyone just did completely differently from this point, from this very second on, forever, you'll at least prolong.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it happening. Like,
No.
people would have already had to have changed.
Oh,
So
yeah, like
the
20 years
idea,
ago.
the idea that you're going to get, a billion people to make a change tomorrow is insane.
Yeah.
And get the whole world to do it? No.
I feel like they'll come up with
Not happening.
I feel like they'll come up with a way to capture all the CO2 and that thing. I feel like there will be a technological advance, right? That
They'll
will
lure
reverse
it
it
in
quickly.
with
Yeah.
some other molecules.
I mean, you think about it, like,
evolve?
the mass food production or mass agricultural, they've come up with an answer for everything.
Right.
But I think though we live in a time where we expect that to happen, and when there's going to come a time where it doesn't happen, we're not going to know what to do because we just think, oh, well, they always come up with somebody comes up with an answer.
What
we're
if
good.
no one's even trying to find a way to take care of the issue?
Maybe that's what I was
reasonable.
saying.
No, we
Maybe
just
the entire
assume.
like government and stuff, they know for a fact that hey, it's coming to an end. That's why they just keep screwing us. Why help them play the game when we know the game is rigged? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think if people just made small changes, I mean, at least you're trying to do better.
It'd make
you
a
don't
big
have
impact,
to,
probably. Yeah.
You don't have to completely uproot your entire life and do everything differently. If you make a small change, such as deciding to recycle or
Actually recycle.
Actually
Yeah.
recycle, yeah. A small change that
What does
takes.
fake recycling look like?
Apparently, so like when you put it in a recycling bin and shit, like when they take it off to the place where they recycle,
The recycling
only
plant.
like 10% of the plastics
I
that
don't
you
even
put
think
in
it's
there,
that much.
yeah, can be actually recycled. The rest are just like burned or put in the atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
There is a company
What
though
the fuck?
that's taking the entire program of plastics, right, 1 through I think it's 9 or something. They're taking that entire thing and
They're turning it into a road.
like asphalt but plastic, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to last like
Significantly longer than asphalt does.
Machine,
It's
get you where
badass.
you need to be.
Absolutely. They've actually already done like a stretch. I think it might be a mile or two. Was it in Ireland? I don't know where the fuck it is, but it's not here. But they've already done it, and
there's only like one company doing it right
It's
now
too
though.
Yeah.
cool for here.
yeah, but
Only in
there's
Ireland.
only one company doing it,
That's the thing,
which is
like
nuts.
it blows me away that they allow plastics to keep. I mean,
Why do you keep
that's the-
making them?
Yeah, why do you keep producing them
Yeah.
without recycling the
They're
stuff
cheap
we
and
have?
easy. They don't
And
give a fuck about the planet.
these big like
nuts.
Coca-Cola and Pepsi and all that, they're not using the plastic that can be recycled. They're like going out of their way to use the cheap stuff that you
Yeah.
can't like.
It's just insane because I'm sure, which I don't know, I don't, order
you
their
not?
supplies or anything, but I imagine all they'd have to do is make a few phone calls, find a new supplier and get a supplier of the shit that can actually be recycled.
And then Pepsi charges 30 cents more for every beverage, and then everybody goes to Coke.
Fine.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want that. Yeah, we want
I'm
the bad
okay with
stuff.
that.
No, man.
Just a
If it
small
can be recycled,
change.
I ain't drinking out it.
Right.
I think it doesn't play so much in our life about like changing much because I don't have kids to think about. Like, we don't want kids.
either.
I don't really care. Like, I don't care after my time is expired. Like, what was it for? Like, I don't know. I'll be in the almighty sleep, if you will.
Yes.
The everlasting.
But the
sleep.
problem with that is that's why nobody makes changes, because everybody thinks that way.
Yeah.
So you have to think
Everybody's
different.
dying, bitch.
Everybody has to think differently. Like, it's your responsibility, my responsibility to think differently and at least try in some way. Which, I mean, I say that and I'm
I've
not
changed a
fucking
little
doing
bit.
anything.
Well, I
but
guess-
Yeah, just say.
To
You know.
highlight how unwilling people are to change anything, even in the face of this
Yeah.
COVID crap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like right in your face, and there's still people. They're like, I'm going to go out and do whatever the fuck I want. Fuck
Yeah.
your mask.
Messed up.
it's
Eh.
I can't get over the fact that there are people, protesting
Yeah.
in DC, like the state's capital. They're protesting because they were told to stay inside. They're told to distance. They're told all these different things. And then there's fucking lawsuits from Christians
Oh yeah.
because they can't go to church. Suck
Well,
my
the
dick.
one right
Christians.
next to the apartment, they just have their service in the parking lot. And you could tune into like a radio station. And they give the sermon that way. But with regards to like the staying at home stuff and the protesting, I kind of get that, because I mean, it's one thing if you encourage people to not go to work, and if they have the financial backing
Oh,
to
yeah.
actually do that, that's cool. But if people just literally are not allowed to go to work and they're losing everything they have,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and
screwed up,
that's-
ain't it?
it's not worth what's going on.
But
Yeah.
that's where the government should step in. Like, if
Absolutely.
They don't
they're
care, though.
if they're going to
Don't care.
say you cannot go to work,
Yeah.
then you pay my fucking bills until I can go to work.
Yeah.
Again. End of story.
Answer this question: have you got a stimulus check yet?
Yeah.
Did
Have
you?
you? Damn, we
still
haven't.
haven't.
I have direct
Yeah.
deposit.
We did too. The past things or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, man.
It's just crazy to me. Like, we haven't received, which is all good, whatever.
Well, I mean, Ashby is way down the list though compared to Brock.
Oh, totally down the list.
Yeah,
It's like at the
damn
very
close.
bottom.
I got the
I
list.
got a letter from Trump
nice.
letting me know that I got my check. So
Really?
I kept it in my car.
It's
'Cause
awesome.
I got the top. It says White House. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh,
Official.
shit. Damn, I hope we get a letter like that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
use it for something.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
His signature is weird.
Yeah.
Because like all of the arches or whatever, like all the letters at the top, like go to the same level. It's just like,
Damn. That's really cool. Damn, I hope we get one of those letters. Mm-hmm. I want to see that shit so bad.
now I'll
Well.
make you a copy of mine.
Yes, please do.
It was, but no, I
Go
agree
ahead
with
and do
that. Like,
that.
you can't force people to stay in and then not come to their aid.
Right.
As far as, let's stop
Yeah.
all payments. Like, everybody, just stop like transferring money around. Let's just stop,
Mm-hmm.
and then just live your life and try to like
Oh,
survive.
that would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, but they're,
But
no, that's
And that's what's ridiculous to me, because at first I didn't take the shit seriously. I didn't think it was a big
no,
deal.
not in the beginning.
However, I now see how important it is. People should stay the fuck home unless they have to go somewhere. Like, you shouldn't be out and about just like, I'm going to the mall. Like, I know the mall's closed,
mall.
but it's about to open back
yeah,
up.
it's about to not be.
It's ridiculous. The shit needs to be shut down, and they need to be taking care of their people. It's absurd.
Yeah, but it
It's
goes
like
back
there's a
to
plane going at somebody, and they're like, "Just stand still.
Yeah,
You're gonna move the plane, right? No,
No,
They don't-
It'll work out.
I think too many people, like, it's that mindset, like, the government's there to help me. They're for me. They're going to take care of stuff. I'm a citizen, so I have rights and all that. Like, you have this false sense of security when it comes to your government. In reality, you are their slave labor. You're the reason they can run this state the way they do, or this country the way they do.
Right.
And they don't really give a shit how many of you die, as long as there's more to pick up the pieces. So
Yeah.
recreate
As long as
or
they got money.
reproduce.
That's definitely one way of looking at it. But I look at it as though I've continued with my life as normal, and they gave me $1,200 free dollars.
$3.
Well, I mean, and our lives haven't been disrupted other than, we can't like go bowling when we want to. I mean,
The
it's
great
big
thing
issue
about
for
it
you.
is,
a fucking problem, man.
bowl,
I
bitch.
so want to bowl so bad.
the great thing about it is, like, everybody else has received their stimulus check and they've hired us,
Yeah, dude.
and they're like, we got the money.
Yeah.
So if it's $3,000, that's fine. There's two of us. That's free money. We'll give it to you. And I've been doing these jobs, and we haven't screwed anybody over, but it's funny how many stimulus checks I probably have gotten
Yeah.
from doing work for people, and I haven't even received mine yet.
I know. Oh, goodness. But thanks for the stimulus checks. I was reading that it's been proposed that they give everybody $2,000 a person per household and backdating it to March
Yeah.
and
Like
having
per
it
month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and having it last 3 months after we're told we can go back to normal.
I'm really excited about that
They need
possibility.
to do that shit.
Oh, yeah, man.
Especially if they're going to tell you you can't go to work.
I'd
like,
get so
you
much
still have to
plastic
pay your bills.
surgery.
yeah. And shut up.
Hey,
Plus-
you know what? People will buy dumb shit with
Oh,
it,
yeah.
dude. There's going to be a massive amount of people that are going to buy, like, stupid stereos or rims for their cars or you name it, the dumbest shit in the world. They're going to buy stuff with it and then complain when they don't have enough money. It's going to happen.
They're supposed to also, though,
is
make
gonna
it
happen.
to where, like, creditors can't take the money. So, because this time around,
Yeah.
they could just jack that shit and you don't get anything. So, they're supposed to, that's part of it, is if it passes.
Ain't that
then
screwed up,
people
too?
Can't take it.
Creditors just like, yo, I know this is free money to help you not lose everything in the world,
Right.
but we
I'm
don't
gonna
care.
take
I know
it.
we've
Sorry.
got capital out the ass, and we're not a real person.
I know.
We're gonna need that,
I
Jack.
know we handed you fake money, but we want that real money back.
The world's so fucked up. At least this country is.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of others are, but
That
this
shit
one-
doesn't happen in the Ukraine.
Saudi
I feel like-
Arabia, they're chopping people's heads off and shit.
I feel like other places aren't as ruthless as we are to each other. Like, I feel like in the United States, I don't care about you or nothing. I don't care about my neighbor anymore. It's like, what can I get out of this situation? What can I do? Screw whoever I have to step on to get there, right? I think other places, they might not seem like the United States, but I feel like they're better to their people. They're better to one another. Like, I feel like they work better together.
It up. I
You know
gotta
what I mean?
check those.
I thought you were getting to
Nobody
the
cares.
fact that it just sounds
Whatever.
sweeter whenever they say horrible shit to you in French.
That too.
We are here to take your money.
Ha
Such a sweet day.
ha. Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, you don't have enough money.
No, man, I don't know. It's sad the way things have worked
I don't know,
out.
wait, let's have a segment of Adam shits on women now that there's not one around.
I don't have much to say,
Adam
man.
shits on women. Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun.
Dude, this is something that was strange. I was at Lowe's, right? And I was like getting this roll of wire that was already pre-cut and stuff. It had a wrong number on it, right? So in order to fix the situation, I looked up the thing with the right number and the thing with the wrong number on the two phones I have to show these two women at Lowe's. Why they hire women at Lowe's blows me away.
There it is.
And I took it to them and I was like, hey, this is this, this is this. And it was like I ruined both of these ladies' day. Like they had no clue what was going on. This is why they'll never be successful.
Yeah.
Because you work at Lowe's and you're a dumb woman. Like, I asked them, I showed them like 3 or 4 times. So I got the roll of wire to save time.
Pull up
And
a
I
chair,
ended up
shitting on
spending
women.
Oh, I'm
more
already,
time.
Listen, I'm pissed.
Yeah, I ended up spending more time dealing with these two idiots.
Yeah.
And then guess what? These two women were like, one got mad and walked off, like stormed off. The other one was like, I don't know, and I can't figure this out. There was nothing to figure out, bro. I had it. They called over this
figured
dude.
it out for you.
Yeah, they called over this guy to come save the day with this wire.
This fully capable guy.
Yeah.
He looked at it for 2 seconds, like, oh yeah, you're right. Let me change the 8 to 3. Like that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
And these
Well,
two women, it was like, they didn't know about. I screwed up their whole day.
Let's
Dude.
erase these 2 arch parts.
I told him, like, it's one thing if it's not within your job to be able to do something like that. Okay, cool. But you should not work at a place like that if you are so, like, have a lack of confidence in your abilities to the point that you can't be like, oh, okay, I understand these numbers.
You
I'm
could make an
illiterate. Welcome to
executive
Barnes and
decision.
Noble.
Like you need to be in your life. Like you're a 40-year-old lady. Get to the point in your life when you can make an executive decision about anything. And they both had the little Lowe's handheld computer things to show that they could look at. I swear, dude, it baffled me. And, I keep my calm because I'm like, whatever, good vibes, whatever. But they pushed it to the limit. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You can't be this stupid.
You have it priced wrong in the store. That is
I'm all
not
for empowering
difficult.
women. But when you have to go out of your way to have some dude come over and do what I asked you
He's not even
in a second.
He's not even like a business male. He's
Yeah.
a dude.
He's a dude at Lowe's.
That shit made me so mad. Like, this is why you shouldn't hire women like that.
At Lowe's.
At Lowe's.
At Lowe's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in and out.
Maybe at
yo.
Hobby Lobby, but not Lowe's.
Yeah.
Jesus.
At Hobby Lobby, I bet she would have been, oh, yeah, okay, and change it because she's like, oh, arts and crafts
I
makes
know
sense
arts
to
and
me.
crafts.
I know how to fix numbers on fake wooden fences.
Yeah, but I don't get wire.
I
Fucking
can't
bitch.
believe it, dude.
I'm
I was
so
blown
mad.
away. It wasted. I ended up like doing it so it was like I'll be in and out in 5-10 minutes because it's like a male-dominated store. Like you go in, how do males shop? We know what we're getting. We grab it and we go. Women shop. They spend a little more time. They look. They
like
pick
you said
up. They
we.
put down.
Yeah.
They do that dumb shit. We know we want to get in and out, especially when most of your people are contractors that come in and are doing stuff. Like want to get in and out. But
dude.
you took a 5 or 10 minute trip and you made it 30 minutes, almost 45 minutes because you're an idiot.
Should have been like, do you understand? Like, I'm on a job. I'm losing money right now, and
should
you're
have asked her to
screwing
pay
a
me.
customer because you're a fucking idiot.
Pay me, bitch.
I really wish bitch was like as hurtful as faggot or like the N-word.
Dude, I know.
Because, I mean, that
Yeah.
would be good.
I'm so
Most
upset.
bitches are
How
like,
do we-
oh
how do we
yeah, I
make
am
it
kind of
more
a bitch.
cutting?
I don't know.
Some girls don't.
You bitch
Yeah,
ass
oh, yeah,
trick.
some
Call
hate
me,
it.
bitch.
Amy hates it. Tell you
Really?
that.
That's because she's a bitch.
I know!
It's the fucking problem.
I feel like women that aren't so much of a bitch don't get it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
women who are truly a bitch, yeah, they're gonna get pissed off about it. Yeah.
I've been called a bitch multiple times.
You definitely are.
And I am, and it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Get out my way.
Yeah. Sorry that you don't fucking get me. I don't
don't
know
get
what
me.
to tell you.
This is me now.
This is me now.
Yeah, man, that was it was a terrible experience, and I was just like that. I think too that separates people, like successful people, from people who aren't successful at all. Right? Those 2 40-year-old ladies will be at Lowe's for the rest of their life,
And
or
if not at Lowe's, at another company.
yeah, or like McDonald's or
I guess
something.
it's a good trade-off, though, since they'll be 40 the whole time they work there. Not aging is
That's
kind of
right.
cool.
It's a fountain of youth.
Immortality or a better job.
You know all I gotta do is be a dumb bitch and a dead-end job, and I'll live forever?
I feel like people who can make like an executive, like people who can start a project without asking all the questions, reading all the books, watching all the videos, compared to somebody who, has to do all that or like can't make an executive decision about something so small,
Yeah.
you'll never be successful because doing anything that hasn't been done before, that has been done before, but is really challenging, you have to make decisions that could possibly ruin everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stress on that.
Well, and my God, just in life,
These are
there's
8 to 3. Like,
there are decisions that you have to make that
how'd you
don't-
make it this far?
you don't know how it's going to end. So how have
How'd
you
you make
made
it?
it this far? Did you have children? That's what I
hope
want to
not.
ask
I
them is,
fucking
do
hope
you
not.
have kids?
You know they did.
Because God bless you shouldn't
know
have
they did.
procreated.
Yeah,
Most
definitely
stupid
should've made the
people-
decision for an abortion.
Yeah.
Most stupid people are the first ones to procreate.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how to say that in the way I want to say it, but They go out of their way
doesn't-
to procreate.
I
Not only
can't
do they go
wait.
out of their way, but they have more accidental births than people
Because they're
who are
fucking
intelligent.
stupid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not really accidental if you don't use a condom or birth control.
Yeah, I didn't think I could get pregnant. I was
Pregnant
on
the
my
first time.
period.
I didn't mean to cut myself. I
that
was just
one.
slicing my arm without anything covering it.
No, I thought it was dull.
I just don't get it, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, we can sterilize people. We need to be able to do that.
Can we start now?
I want to. I wonder, like, instead of like chemical warfare where people go around and touching you with smallpox and shit, they should go around with like this drug on their, on their hand and touch people to sterilize them.
Jesus.
Yeah, just massive sterilization.
Yeah.
Everybody go around
While
and
I
touch.
agree, that's
This is
dark.
metaphorical, by the way.
No, this is
Some
happening
metaphor.
Yeah, this is,
tomorrow.
yeah, Sarah looks serious as
Yeah,
shit.
because I got that drug sitting in the bedroom, like under the bed.
Sarah's been studying up on torture.
Torture. I sure have.
It's not torture to sterilize people, but kind
Well, the
of.
fact that you could transition from that into her torture talk is kind of like, maybe don't do that.
Nope, we're doing it. So, and it
I'm
all
pretty dope
actually
with the
started.
transition.
No, you're on point. It all actually started because Saudi Arabia now has made it to where if you are under the age of 18 and you commit a crime, you can no longer be beheaded.
Aw.
Just now.
God,
Aw.
even the Saudis are going soft.
But
The
over
whole
the
world's
age of
going to
18,
shit.
it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if you're a juvenile, it was you can't spend more than 10 years in a juvenile facility and you can't be beheaded.
You can't spend... God, that's absurd.
I know.
10 years. You get busted for something when you're 4.
Yeah. Imagine if you, like, burglary, if you have sex. Yeah, dude. It's
Well, it
nuts.
sounded like I had to worry about that. I didn't. Yeah.
You might if you were in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You don't know.
All there is to do is steal, cower, and fuck.
Yes. But
And maybe
up in,
drill, I guess.
and drill.
For oil.
Oh. I was like, that's the, isn't
Yeah.
that what we're talking about?
Drilling women.
But it wasn't until 2018 that women were allowed to drive. So let's not fuck my shit up. Okay. So
Maybe they still shouldn't be allowed to.
beheading, that's where I started with my, that's not necessarily torture, but that is something that's happened for a really long time.
It's on the fast end of the scale.
Crazy
Yeah.
to me.
France actually
France?
beheaded people up until 1977.
Fuck yeah.
And then in 1981 is when it was deemed to be, we're not doing this anymore.
I feel like it should still be going on. Like, if America were to start beheading people, I'd say, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Televise that shit. Because, I mean, it's fast.
Yeah.
It's not like you die slowly.
ISIS, they do it very slowly and they do it on purpose that way. They use itty bitty little knives and fucking cut and cut and cut while you're screaming
But, I mean, they're fuck faces.
and crying for your life.
They
Do the
really
whole
keep
thing.
people in line, though. If you did that, like, you could
Yeah.
control or you'd have a huge uprising. But
it-
I feel like you can control a lot of people. If
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
look forward to that, now we go to prison. It's like a damn day camp. But if you were like, we're going to behead you with small baby knives in your neck.
Small baby knife.
I think we
People
should,
be like,
we should
maybe
send
not.
1,000 troops over in juggernaut armor with flamethrowers and just wipe them out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Damn.
So, beheading in Saudi Arabia, this is just a small list of things that they behead people for. Atheism and blasphemy, fornication, burglary, and sorcery.
Does the sorcery have to be successful or just attempted?
I don't know, but
Behead him on accounts of attempted sorcery.
tempted. I love it. I really would like to look into the sorcery thing. I want to know their definition and
Yeah,
and
as a
everything
magician,
into it.
would like a show magician be a sorcerer? Like
Good
technically?
question.
Unless he
Probably.
like reveals his secrets to like
Yeah,
the whatever the leader is
Headmaster.
called. Yeah, headmaster.
Whatever it is. What if he's like, whoa, it's just a trick. Like he fools them with the card trick way too good, and they're like, he's a.
You guessed both of my cards. Take his head.
He's like, I'm
a
only
rough place.
17, sir. Oh, okay.
I bet they have no magicians over there. There's no street
Not
magic
a
over
one. Nope.
there. No sleight of hand, nothing.
What do you think if there's like a little monkey with his hat and like banging his little cymbals. And he knows magic. Do you think they cut his head off?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're
Yeah,
gonna
because
eat
then
him.
they'll
Damn.
accuse him of being a human disguised as a monkey.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's
Gotta be
next
more
level
careful.
shit.
Fucking
So,
witchery.
so fornication is worthy of beheading. What do they do for rape?
That actually wasn't on the list, but it wasn't like a full list. So
Okay.
I would
half
imagine
list.
that they definitely cut their heads off.
Or maybe rape is illegal. They're like, hey,
Yeah,
you
dude.
shouldn't be out here walking the streets.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know?
Well, I mean, women have so few rights over there.
Right.
It might not be a thing. Yeah.
Oh, they might. Yeah, they might not even call it rape. They're just like, that's what we do.
Which
There's not a name for it.
It's just like rat tailing.
Oh, shit. You know, there's often, dude, that I put myself in that position. Like, okay, we won the lottery in the fact that, for one, we're white, we're males. Aside from you know, being white female is also lucky.
She goes in and out of Lowe's with an agenda.
that's right. I know what the fuck I'm
And
doing.
then
level.
being born in America, because if you're other places, they deal with famine, war. It's when they wake up in the morning in third world country, that it is a blessing to survive that day and go to bed, right? Then they go to bed in fear and they wake up in fear. And I try to put myself in that position because we're very lucky in that. And then you try to like shut out all your wants, like the irrational wants, like, oh, I want a bigger house. There's people that have to fear beheading just for like kicking a rock down the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you woke up in the United States of America. You were born here, and you're doing nothing with it. Like I try to put myself
Whatever,
in
you
that
repping
position.
freedom.
Rep.
But you know
Got
what
that
I mean?
shirt that says "Reppin' Freedom." It's got an eagle.
It's just weird to think about, dude. Like anywhere else, like we don't wake up in fear of that. That's why we take everything for granted. We buy dumb shit off Amazon because we wake up without that fear. Like
Yeah.
if people started doing that and rape was just whatever, doesn't have a name, we do it all the time.
First world problems.
Like you'd be grateful to wake up in your bed.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can you imagine? I can't imagine a time when, which didn't change like that long ago, but when marital rape wasn't a thing. So if your husband said, "I want to have sex with you," you were having sex even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Well, I mean,
That's how it is here, though.
let's entertain this idea for a minute.
In this house.
Like, I mean, I personally rarely have I been with a chick where she's like, we're gonna have sex now, and I'm like, the fuck we are. So I mean, with dudes being willing all the time, chicks should be willing all the time.
That's not how it is,
I know it's not how it is. I said let's entertain this for a moment.
Well, we're
So
not
just take
entertaining
it.
that because that's
Just
stupid.
take it.
There's a lot of dudes though too. I feel like are tricked in there because we are taught that hey, you don't ever say no. You don't turn down
Yeah,
no
and
pussy.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're taught that, and a lot of dudes go into that situation like, I got to now because she gave me the eye, or she was like unbuttoning my pants and stuff like. I feel like too many dudes are pressured to be something they're not.
Yeah, like it's okay
Yeah.
if you don't want to have sex. You can say no, but nope, guys don't think that they can.
Don't succumb
I've
to
embarrassed
that
myself
pressure.
a couple times, like when I got in that situation with a female that I really wasn't feeling on that level, and then I couldn't make it happen. I embarrassed myself for trying to live up to that person's expectation.
I think of that as like a dig at them.
Yeah,
I'll fuck
you can-
anything that moves and you can't even get it.
Yeah,
What is this?
you can always flip it because women are very emotional. So you can always flip it to being like, yo, it's your fault that didn't happen, you bitch.
or
you bitch.
Or we could all just try a little honesty and from the get go say, you know what, I'm just not feeling you like that. I'm
I
sorry.
could have let you get it, but that stinky pussy was just.
Yo, I've
Locking
done it.
up.
I've been very honest. It's crazy, which it wasn't so much in high school, but as I got a little bit older, and I could honestly tell them like, yo, I don't know you that well, so I'm not a one night stand type of dude. But if you want to go on like 3 dates and get to know me, maybe even 4,
Hang out a little
and
bit.
then do it.
And then we can end it.
If the girl's not, a whore, like she'll be like, no, that's cool. Like, I understand
I
that.
want to pay for you to eat 4 times before we have sex.
We'll go
I
with
got
that, you know?
$120 burning a hole in my pocket. Let's go.
This money ain't gonna spend
One
itself.
time I got into the situation with a female, right? And it was actually twice. And the fact that she said, yes, you can have sex with me too quickly, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this.
Never
Like,
mind, my
I couldn't
dick's
even get
not
it up.
hard
Yeah.
now.
It was hard the entire time up until she was like, yep, you can do it. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to now.
That's one of the top 3 characteristics, though, of a serial rapist.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know this
Bet.
for a fact.
But it was the,
No.
Bet. You were serious. That was the most serious I've ever seen you. Bet.
oh,
Whoa.
shit.
I was hoping that would do it.
I like that. It
got me.
actually, yeah, did. Okay, so number 2, and this might be my favorite, boiling people alive. To death is actually what I wrote in my notebook.
To death. Hell yeah.
Ribs just fall off the bone.
Yes. So, this was commonly used in the Middle Ages.
To the lobster pot.
To the lobster pot.
Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. And the thing that I was reading said you'd think that this would be, reserved for like the worst of the worst. It was most commonly used for coin forgers.
What?
So the most documented cases were people making fake money.
Oh,
Yeah.
counterfeiters.
I was thinking like
People looking foragers.
Foraging.
ocean poaching.
Yes.
Damn it, dude. That'd be a good one. Except be heading for that.
Yes.
This was suspected to still be used up until 2002
Yeah.
Damn,
in
dude.
Uzbekistan.
Oh, well,
Why is it always a weird country like that? It's always like they're like, well, we haven't progressed as a people.
Because they live in the
yet.
desert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got nothing else
What
to
else
do.
would
The
they do?
sun all the time.
They're-
It's pretty easy to boil a pot of water.
Yeah.
So
They're out there cutting heads off and boiling people.
they got more pots to boil in water than they do bullets, and they're like, we gotta save these in case America
them,
runs
it's-
in on us.
It's only 10 degrees warmer when they're boiling. So it's really not that bad to them.
Such a slow death. They're just like, it's just a little hotter than it
Yeah.
normally
I
is.
feel like, oh, my body's relaxed. I feel so good.
Damn it.
So this one we can thank the Vikings for, and
Yeah.
they also said that there's no proof that it was used in practice. It's in a lot of like Norse literature, so it could be fake, but it could also be very real. And they call it the blood eagle.
Sounds legal.
It's fantastic.
Insert eagle noise. Perfect.
So you lay on your stomach, and they take a knife and they rip at your skin until your spinal column is finally exposed. So they rip through your skin, your muscle, your tendons, and see your spine. They break off your ribs and turn them outward. So it actually...
All while you're alive.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, if you haven't passed out from
Yeah.
the pain and all the shock of all the shit. But yes, they turn them outwards, so then your ribs are sticking out like this from your back, so it actually looks like wings.
oh, like you're an eagle.
Yeah,
I get it.
hell
The
yeah,
name
it's all
makes sense
bloody
now.
and shit.
Ugh.
But then they rip out your lungs and pour salt on them, and you suffocate. If, like you'd still
If
be
you
alive at that
live. Yeah.
point, but yeah, they rip out your
God.
lungs.
Yo,
Go
I was
Vikings.
in middle school
Yeah.
one time, and this girl had wrote a story about, like, it was a torturous story, pretty much. But
Good
one part in
Lord.
it was like, the girl used like a million cuts on the guy's skin, and then like rubbed salt into each one of those. I'm like, how terrible would that be? All over your body. You know how bad a paper cut feels, or like small cut on your finger that won't go away. Imagine then like a million of those, and then rubbing salt
Oh,
into
it'd be
every one of
I'd
awful.
them.
say by like the 300,000th one, you wouldn't feel it.
But
Hopefully
you know what?
before.
You know what baffles me? That was one small portion of this. It was like 100 pages of this story, but each, like, it was just torture. Like, this
She
girl
had
went around and
issues.
yeah.
Yeah.
And as I grew up, like in the beginning, I'm like, I wasn't really a reader, so I'm like, oh, this is awesome, whatever, you know. She's killing people.
It'd probably be cool to read, but to write it is a little questionable.
And that's what it made me.
Fun with it.
As I got older, I'm like, I wonder where that girl is now, because the story, I mean, not only it was detailed, like the cuts would be 1 inch by 3 inch.
Oh, like
I mean,
she had
was
gone through the
detailed.
shit.
Yeah,
And
and
really trying to open up her own gulag.
damn it.
So to stick with the theme of salt and wounds, there's one called Keelhualing. And this one was, I put walk the plank, which is not the same thing. But they tie you at your feet. And they throw you into the water, because obviously you're on a ship, hence walk the plank. Yeah. So they throw you off the ship, and you go under onto the keel, which is the center part of the boat.
The boat spine.
Yes, boat spine. Thank you. Yeah. Dig it.
Belly bone.
It's important to note that a lot of times the the belly bone is covered in barnacles, so they're super sharp. So they're pulling you under the boat the whole time, and you're getting cut up. And you're oftentimes would have chunks of skin ripped out. And note, you're in salt water.
Yeah.
So
plus the shame of it.
Right? And they said if that didn't kill you, they would bring you back up and they would hang you from the mast for 15 minutes and then stuff an oil-filled sponge in your mouth and throw you back under. That way you didn't have a merciful death.
And if you survive the second time, they make you captain.
Yeah, no shit.
That's surviving an electric chair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There was I'm sure that there comes a portion where if you survive it like 2 or 3 times, they're like, all right, dude, whatever. You can live.
Yeah. Because that's fucked up. I can't imagine.
But
I'd be pissed.
So,
yeah.
like a year or 2 ago, I was putting a breaker into a panel, and one finger across A phase, the other finger across B phase, which is in total 244 volts. It pulled me into the panel. The electricity came out of my lip, and it blew a hole in my lip. And when it let me go, I couldn't walk backwards. I fell over, and I sat there for a minute. I had to get my legs back. Well, the pain, I've never felt like a pain that intense all over, all at one time,
no shit.
In a split second. It caught me so off guard that I was like, it really brought to light how quick in my profession that you can die, like how quick it could be over.
Right.
It made me respect it more. But what I'm getting at is like, I think about people that are getting like 600 volts, 1,000 volts in the electric chair, right? Like how painful.
Oh, I can't imagine.
But it made me think, does your body in those moments, right? Imagine the ecstasy that your body feels. You get all that electricity, right? Your body immediately kicks into like making in shock, not feeling anything. Shock. Not feeling anything, right? And just imagine that state of mind right before your body just gives out, unless it's just like split second, you're just dead. But that moment where your body is like disconnected from your mind, right? This is getting electrocuted, but your mind is somewhere off in the universe. Like, we're getting away from this. Like, I wonder what that moment's like.
Over here.
Yeah, I wonder what that moment of electrocution is like, because I know that it was so painful that I was like,
bring that up because next week we've got a surprise for you. We're gonna electrocute Adam.
Yes,
we made our own electric chair.
But I've just never felt something that intense so quickly, and that made it to where I couldn't walk, I couldn't function like afterwards.
Right.
But it made me respect it. But I thought about that, like that pain. What if it would have lasted a little bit longer? I wonder where my mind would have went if the pain was too intense.
I bet you wouldn't remember anything.
Right.
Maybe not, but I would say, because that's kind of like your body's mechanism of dealing with shit.
Just shut it
because
off.
you can't remember it.
It's like you might have some cool epiphanies and shit, but you wouldn't remember them.
Yeah.
And then you'd be left with the thought of like, I know I had a transforming experience, but I don't remember.
It's like mushrooms. Everything makes sense now,
Yeah.
and then you're normal, and you're like, I don't remember
I didn't
how
make
this
any
made
goddamn
sense.
sense.
Yeah. So, impalement was actually pretty cool.
Impale him.
Yes. I think I had, let's see, that one and then the Roman candle. Okay, so I have 2 more. I'll wait for him for impalement because he was
Cool.
kind of jacked about it.
That made me think the other day, Shay hit me up.
Really?
Yeah. That was
Damn.
nice. He's good.
Is he still in
yeah.
what, Norway?
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Denmark?
Somewhere over there. Anyway.
Not the same at
Somewhere
all.
in the black metal heaven. Where like he had posted a picture of like his backyard and there was snow and he was like, summer's coming.
It's awesome.
So, yeah, he sent me a link to this like metal album. It was like by I forget. Either way,
Yeah.
it was cool. It was all sludgy and shit. You could tell that like they were inspired by Sabbath.
Hell yeah.
It was enjoyable. I liked it.
Fantastic. We were waiting for you for impalement.
So
Oh,
what up to Shay?
Yeah, because
Shay?
Shay, what up, Shay?
What's up, Shay?
He's a Viking.
He's Viking as fuck, dude.
Do you not take showers and stuff? Just like Viking it up. Boy.
Yeah, he doesn't care about showers.
Beard, no shower.
He backhands his kid if they ever try to shower.
That's right.
It's not how we do it in this family.
I feel
But
like
I
more people should backhand the shit out of their kids.
You've been practicing your pillaging.
Keep Uncle Bloody Gull out back to see if this is what'll happen to you.
What's going down?
So, impalement.
Impale him. Impale him.
A very lengthy, horrifying ordeal is what I wrote. So essentially what they do is they partially sharpen a stake and they stick the dull end in the ground, of course, and you have the sharp point.
Yeah.
And they start you off, they only partially impale you. Typically, they either go in through your vagina if you have one or your rectum if you don't.
Yeah.
And they allow your body weight to pull you
Hell yeah.
down the rest of the way. So it's slowly puncturing organs, and it ends up making its own exit wound.
This was popularized by Vlad, yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah. That bad motherfucker.
He's a nutcase,
He
dude.
is a nutcase.
It said that a lot of times it could take you up to 8 days before you die. So you're just writhing in pain the entire time.
Would you rather have that or crucifixion?
Ooh.
I'm going crucifixion. Because
'Cause
I
you'd
don't
starve
want
to
anything
death
up
and
my
dehydrate.
asshole or my vagina.
Yeah. That's right.
Tell him
Like,
you don't have one.
I hate.
I
There's
got rid
a lot
of
of
it.
times like somebody
Sold
has
that shit.
wronged me in a way that I'm like, dude, to hell with you. And like I wish the worst things on them. I wish I wasn't like that sometimes. But you know, I've been to that point where I was like, oh, I could fucking torture you and not feel bad. But then I think about it, I wouldn't be able to torture somebody. I even try to put myself in a mindset of like just a Neanderthal. Like, what would I do, right? And I don't know if I couldn't do it. I'd rather just like blow your head off or, cut your head off like really quickly with a guillotine or something.
I don't even think I could
couldn't
do all
see.
that shit.
Anytime I think about torturing people and like I have a gun in this fantasy, I would shoot him in the elbow first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or a kneecap.
Ooh,
I could
the
totally
shin.
do it, but I would have to have a letter like signed by the president saying you're not going to get in trouble for this. That's great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Look, you've got a letter from the president. I can take care of the rest for you.
Excellent. Thank you.
They said that it was started 1772 BC was the first documented record of impalement up until the 15th century, and then it even continued into like the 1900s. It was still being used sometimes.
That goes to show you were not only you're white and you're in America, but you're not in a time where they're impaling you.
Yeah.
Like you won the lottery in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
And
You motherfuckers. That's not what are you going to do? Really?
last but not least, and I kind of wish that I had left keelhauling for the end, but, I was keeping with the theme at the time. So the Roman candle, this is when you are tied to a stake and you're covered in what they call pitch, which is like tree or plant resin. And
Sap shit.
Oh, don't tell me animals come out and eat.
no, it's flammable. So they light you on fire from your feet and you burn up to the top, which, you know, is obviously terrible, but of all the things, it sounds the least bad. But the thing that I thought was fucked up is that the Roman Emperor Nero, I don't know, whatever, would line multiple people up, do that, and use the people's burning bodies to light his evening parties.
Whoa. That's some rough stuff,
dude.
dude. He ain't playing no games.
See, that kind of makes me wish I had been born in that time, but like as like a king or
I
something.
would say you'd have to be a part of the royal
Yeah,
family.
and then I'd hear about like, you know, Vlad doing his shit or like the Roman guy, and I'm like, you know, I gotta top these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then I'd invite them over for dinner and then like top their shit and be like,
Gotcha.
If you,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you all are down, we can continue the torture segment next week.
Yeah.
I'll finish up my research and have some more for you.
Adam hates women and Sarah tortures people.
They go back to last week. I said I'd put a link in it, but I didn't really, catch. I didn't think
really
about
mean
it.
what I said.
I
Yes.
didn't do it.
So I would bring it up this week that Socrates is the philosopher that I was talking about last week, that the king made him drink poison to kill himself in front of his family.
Because his idea of what he was saying with the planets
Well, it's a good
didn't
thing
match
Bill
up.
and Ted picked him up. Get
Right?
out of that shit.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. His ideal, like moving an ideal forward in his time, going against the king's word, like that's what kind of time he lived in. Like that's why, who wrote Shakespeare? Shakespeare coded everything, because if he said what he was saying in his time, same goes with the
Nostradamus.
16th Chapel. That guy.
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, that's why he coded all his stuff. Because if he would have brought that up, the Catholic Church at the time would have beheaded him, would have impaled him, did
That's
something.
very godlike.
Yeah. Because
They didn't give a shit.
it went against what it said. It's like
This
what
nigga
we were
knows too
saying,
much. Take his head. Take his head. Says the church.
the Roman Catholic Church, man, are ruthless. I mean, they changed their word. Like, they're ruthless. And they were ruthless back then. They're still ruthless. You know what I mean? They run shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to come up with a joke that it's like a play on words. Instead of ruthless, they're roofless, and it explains why they're so mean and terrible to people. If you guys could
Because they have
Help
no
you.
roofs.
call in and
Give us
give us a call and
Oh,
let
look,
me
we
know
got
what
a
that
call
joke
right
is.
now. Our neighbor's
call coming
calling.
in.
What the
No.
fuck?
No.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, man.
But while I was reading this stuff, I was just thinking about like the progression throughout time, and thank God that we're not still.
Yeah, that's what I'm
we
saying.
as a country aren't at that time still, but
Yeah.
now like social justice warriors are just whiny bitches. They're crying for no
I'm
reason.
telling you.
But if it wasn't for people like that in the past, we wouldn't be to the point that we're at.
Well, see, I like to make the distinction. Like, I love people that fight for equality and social justice.
Right.
Social justice warriors
Or whiny
can
bitches.
suck a dick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whiny bitches. All this
'Cause-
politically correct bullshit nonsense.
Well, and there's certainly still equality that needs to be fought for and stuff, and don't think that I'm not saying.
But there's a point where you go over the line.
She likes
where
oppression.
You want people
I love it.
to go with your, to call you Zer and Z and blah, blah. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
you can suck my dick.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
Go to hell.
No, man, I
Unless I like you personally, then I'll consider it. But
Right.
Chances are,
probably
I'm
not.
not
Hell
gonna,
yeah.
I'm gonna make fun of you.
I'm smelling food. You ready to
Oh, you want
Yeah, we're
Quiet
about to-
down, Dr. Frankenfurter.
Franken. No, that we're gonna bring the episode to a close because those potatoes are smelling real nice.
And we
real
got someone
fucking
who
nice.
drove into our yard.
Oh, okay, nice. We got somebody that drove into the
I
yard.
didn't drive into the yard.
No, somebody.
like right now. That's
right
why
now.
the
There's
neighbor
somebody
called.
else?
Yeah, we're gonna go check it out.
Like the
that was
yard, not the
episode
driveway.
59 of the Wildly Uninteresting podcast. We're gonna go check out the dude that's in our front yard
Thanks,
because people are
everybody.
assholes.
Illuminati.
Thanks for listening. Like, share, reply, do whatever there is to do. Thank you for watching again. check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
If you're gonna attempt sorcery in Saudi Arabia, do it as a child.
Yeah, don't do it. Skibbity bop bop bop. Scat scat bobbity bop.
Wildly uninteresting podcast.